Welcome back to Judgment Day Stories. Last time, two survivors, Julian Croft and Leo Hayes, made a promise. In part 2 of StormHaven, we watched them start to collect on it. This is where their meticulously crafted plan meets the brutal force of reality, and reality, as it always does, pushes back hard. This isn't just about ambition anymore. It's about survival in a city that eats idealists for breakfast. Julian Croft has transformed from an ambitious newcomer into a political phenomenon. He's not just participating. He's dissecting the political machine like a surgeon, meticulously identifying its fractures and exploiting its weaknesses. He moves through the halls of power, a place that reeks of desperation, disguised in expensive suits, and a yearning for redemption that lingers on bedsheets. In this world, every handshake is a contract. Every smile masks a cold calculation, and every alliance is as temporary as the morning dew. Julian understands this better than anyone. He's not just playing the game. He's rewriting the very rules. We see him in a televised debate, calmly demolishing a seasoned opponent with irrefutable logic and razor-sharp wit. The public loves him. He's a breath of fresh air, a voice for the voiceless. But moments later, behind closed doors, we see a different Julian. He's in a dimly lit room, making a chillingly pragmatic agreement with a potential mentor, a man who represents the very system he claims to despise. Julian's ascent is built on these compromises, these calculated betrayals. He's climbing a ladder made of broken promises, and with every step up, he draws more eyes. The old guard, the entrenched powers who have run the city for decades, are watching. They don't like what they see, and they're not known for welcoming competition. Julian is no longer just a threat. He's a target. Meanwhile, on the other side of the city, Leo Hayes is turning the chaotic underworld into his personal proving ground. While Julian navigates whispered conspiracies in gilded rooms, Leo walks through streets thick with tension. A brewing gang war erupts, a conflict that would be a catastrophe for anyone else. For Leo, it's a golden opportunity. He moves through the chaos with an unnerving calm, using the violence as a tool to surgically remove his rivals and consolidate his power. A tense meeting in a warehouse turns into a sudden, brutal confrontation. When the dust settles, Leo emerges, not just unscathed, but stronger. He's not a brute, he's a strategist. He aligns himself with the strongest factions, not by bending a knee, but by making himself utterly indispensable to their success. His reputation grows, a whisper that turns into a roar in the criminal world. He's efficient, he's ruthless, and he's invisible. The police, overwhelmed by the escalating violence, are starting to connect the dots. A new, sophisticated player is on the board, and all the evidence, all the loose threads, are starting to lead directly to Leo Hayes. These two men, operating in seemingly separate worlds, are creating a dangerous frequency. Their parallel rises are sending shockwaves through the city. One vibration in the polished sphere of politics, another in the gritty underworld. Here at Judgment Day Stories, we don't trade in vibes or theories, we trade in outcomes. And the outcome Julian and Leo are creating is a city teetering on the brink of total collapse, with them standing right at the epicenter. Their paths, once divergent, are now on a collision course. The political world Julian is conquering is funded and influenced by the very criminal elements Leo is dominating. The law enforcement agencies closing in on Leo are controlled by the politicians. Julian is either charming or blackmailing. It's a closed loop, a perfect storm, and they are its architects. This brings us to the moral judgment for this chapter. It's the core question of their entire ascent. When you use the corrupt tools of a broken system to gain power, what do you become? Do you become its ultimate fixer, the one person with the strength and cunning to finally cleanse the house? Or do you simply become its most perfect product, a new and more dangerous occupant who has mastered the art of corruption? Is Julian fighting the system, or is he just the next evolution of it? Is Leo bringing order to the streets, or is he just a more efficient brand of tyrant? They are winning every battle they fight, securing more power with each passing day. But the war for their own souls, the battle against the darkness they've embraced, is just beginning. As they climb higher, the fall becomes longer, and the cost of their ambition becomes clearer. This conversation always ends where the excuses begin. Is their ascent a triumph, or an elaborate trap they've set for themselves? To see the pressure build and the cracks begin to show, watch part 3 of StormHaven, the Ascent, right now on our channel. Subscribe and hit that bell for our weekly deep dives into the stories where ambition meets its ultimate price. Judgment Day stories. The verdict is yours to make.